Hi, I'm Nan, and welcome back to Sketch and Yap. Should I make a YouTuber intro? Should I do like a whole? No, I can't do that without cringing. Anyway, hi, I'm keeping up with this. Oh my god, me being consistent. Well, consistent is a strong word. But I want to keep making these. I've received so many kind comments and such like warm encouragement to keep making videos, and so yeah, I mean, if you guys can tolerate my inane bullshit, then I can definitely keep making videos. But thank you, and also thank you for 500 subscribers. I'm still really shocked about that. I'm like in disbelief, but I just can't believe like 500 people are willing to put up with me just spouting nonsense. It really means the world to me, so thank you for that. Time to stop being sappy. I'm really not good at being sappy. So I'm actually doing something a little bit different this time, in that the first drawing I'm doing is OC art and the second drawing I'm doing is fan art, and we'll get into the reason why it's fan art a little bit later when I'm actually drawing that. But this first piece is, Sua, of course, my beloved baby son boy. I wanted to draw him doing some like cool anime bullshit pose because I really wanted to try drawing teeth. I really want to get better at drawing mouths because I feel like I spam the same kind of mouth every time I draw it, and I've never taken the time to like try and render isn't the right word in this case, I don't think, but like draw teeth in a way that's not like uncomfortably differentiated from each other. Like I don't want to draw each singular tooth, but I want to draw at least a little bit of like a hint of separation between them so you can gauge like depth inside the mouth. And I've never really been able to successfully do that with my style, but I think I managed it this time, so I'm pretty proud of myself with that. I did take a picture of myself for reference for this one, which is like, I don't know if it's just like a me issue, but I cringe so viscerally when I have to draw while looking at a picture of myself. I don't like taking pictures of myself in the first place, but then like actually looking at myself, oh, it makes me want to crawl out of my skin. I was drawing this while my boyfriend was out like sitting on the couch, and I had to be like, hey, can you go in the bedroom so I can draw this without dying? I don't know what it is. It just like makes me feel so, especially when I'm doing poses like this where it's like so chuuni. So I was just like, I think it's like the residual trauma from being bullied in middle school and having people walk up behind me while I'm drawing, me like, what the fuck are you even doing? Oh my god, this is so cringe. Anyway, for this piece, I kind of just was going in blind when it came to the outfit and, accessories. I really like jersey fashion, like jerseys as in like athletic jerseys. And especially like jersey maids and stuff, but I've already drawn Sua as a jersey maid, and you can see that in my community tab, and so I wanted to do something more athletic inspired for this, but then I was like, oh, but I also want to draw like cute little decora pieces, so I gave him some plastic like jelly looking accessories, and stickers and like a band-aid on his nose, because it's quintessential decora style to have stickers and band-aids and shit where you don't actually need them. I don't know why I don't ever plan out outfits and stuff before I get into sketching. I think I just am lazy first and foremost, but then also I think I really have fun thinking of it while I'm drawing, and so I don't want to like spoil my own fun. But I think it might help me more in the future if I thumbnail that kind of thing. I especially get stuck on like placement of things, and also on colors especially. I'm really not a color forward kind of person. I don't know much about color theory. I should really study that. But I think coloring is like my least favorite part of the drawing process. I think it always has been. I do like coloring, and I like looking at pretty colors, and I think I'm pretty good at identifying colors well. I have like a decent ability to differentiate between certain shades and hues and stuff like that. But I think the actual coloring process just kind of bores me, and I'm more of a get my ideas out kind of person, and I think that really shows in like the way that I actually end up rendering my pieces. I think that also contributes to why I usually end up doing cell shading and very quickly, lazily laying down my colors with the bucket tool. I prefer the sketching process. I prefer the line art process. Maybe it would be to my benefit to, you know, work in grayscale more or monochrome more. But I don't know. I think it looks more complete when you add color sometimes. And sometimes you can only express certain things with color. So I just kind of force myself to do it. Maybe I should try drawing more manga style stuff, because I've done that before, and I've drawn manga before, not well, and not ever finished. I've never finished any comics or anything like that, but I do have fun with it when I work in monochrome, and you know, could be fun to try and increase my line work skills a little bit more, since I enjoy doing that part of the process the most. And I know a lot of people don't like line work. I've heard so many people say they hate it and it's their least favorite part. For me, I feel like my drawings aren't complete if I don't do line work. I've done certain things that are sketch only and I color my sketches, or I've tried lineless lineless painting before. Oh my god, I hate lineless painting so much. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how you can make it work in your brain without lines. It's magic to me. Anyway, one of the reasons I, kind of even made this channel is just to be able to draw the way that I want. And so I think too much about, oh, I really ought to learn this. Oh, I really ought to practice that. And it's like, I don't have to do anything. I need to stop wording it that way, because then I convince myself in my brain that that is actually 1000% true. But it's like, I would like to learn this. I would like to practice that, because learning or practicing those things will help me reach the goals that I want in my art in particular. But there is that small little nagging voice inside my brain that also says, you're not going to be good enough if you don't learn this stuff. And it's like, I gotta chill, okay? I gotta chill. I'm drawing because it's fun. And that's like always been my primary goal with art. I've always just wanted to draw because it's fun. That's why I draw so many things so often. I just like to draw. I really like getting the mental images I have in my head out onto canvas, paper, digital, whatever. And that's been the case since I was a small little kid. However, I do also want to improve in, ways that I think will make me feel happier, I guess, make me feel like I can capture the images in my head more accurately. So, I don't know. It's whatever. It's like my brain's a metronome and it just vacillates really quickly back and forth between you have to be perfect and just draw what you want. I think a lot of artists feel that way. It's just really annoying how quickly I switch between, wow, I'm awesome and I'm like such a great artist and I'm so proud of myself, and I should give up on art forever. This shit sucks. I'll never be good, and I hate myself. I just wish I could like put that on pause for a little bit and like maintain the, wow, I'm really proud of myself emotion. And it's like a week to week thing, and it always just depends on whether or not I'm actually like proud of the piece that I made, or whether or not I had enough fun drawing it. And I'm just like, I'm tired. I just want to like my art. But like to a certain extent, even when I'm really going through it in regards to my art and feeling like I just fucking hate everything, I'm still proud of myself when I look back at my older art and I see how far I've come, which is why I definitely, you know, whenever you're really going through it with your art, one of the best things I can recommend to do is just redraw an old piece. I personally would recommend redrawing something that's like a couple of years old at the very least, instead of something that was like more recent, because you'll obviously be able to see a more noticeable difference, and then you can feel more proud of yourself. It's like, wow, look how far I've come. And you get to like mog on your past self. You get to be like, yeah, you know, look at this shit, check this out. And just thinking about like, oh, younger me would have been so proud of this. Like, if I look at this piece, right? And to be fair, I was pretty proud of this one. I'm really happy with how intricate the details came out. I spent more time on this than I think I normally do, at least with like the line art. And I like how it came out. But if I think about like how 13-year-old me would have seen this and like looked at it, I would have been like over the fucking moon. I would be like, whoa, you're like, you can like draw like real anime. So I think maybe just reminding myself of where I used to be might be a good practice. I really enjoyed working on his accessories. I started off, you can see I did them in silver because that's what he wears in his normal outfit. Then I tried gold because I was like, well, silver feels a little boring and cold. And then I was like, oh, I should do multicolored. And so I did, and I changed the colors. But I was working on this at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. I started before I went to work, and then I got home from work, and I wanted to keep working on it because I had a lot of fun doing the sketch. And so coloring his rings in made me really crave Jolly Ranchers. I don't like Jolly Ranchers. I don't like hard candy. I like haven't had Jolly Ranchers in years, but coloring all this stuff made me so hungry. I was like, it looks so tasty. I should color shiny plastic stuff more often, like especially super saturated. Oh, it was fun. I wanna do that more. I feel like my color choices normally are pretty saturated too, but I really like working with like the extreme, like utmost saturation. Something about that just really tickles my brain. But I know a lot of people consider that eye strain. I'm just like, oh, it's so bright, and it reminds me of MS Paint, which, you know, I've talked about before. I used to use MS Paint almost exclusively as a drawing program for like my first couple of years as a digital artist, so I think it harkens back to that, and I'm like, oh, I love it. I think that also explains why I'm so obsessed with this one particular line work pen that I use. I believe it's called the Saku pen. I don't know. It's one of the top free brushes in Clip Studio Paint in the asset store, and I'm like obsessed with it. I found it this year, I think, or started using it this year, or maybe it was last year. Either way, it's very sharp, and it's textured, and it almost is like, it barely has any, is it anti-aliasing? It's almost like a binary pen tool, but just a little bit softer, which I really appreciate, and it's really great for doing very thin line work while adding a little bit of interest and texture, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so fun. It's so quick to use, and it also has like really cool line weight differentiation. I really love it. Also, can I just say, I'm proud of myself for figuring out how to do that sort of shimmery, metallic colored plastic on his headphones by myself. I kind of fucked up on the headphones because you'll notice there's a jack in one side and not a jack on the other, and they don't look like they're wired through the top, which is my problem. I didn't look up a reference for them because I got lazy and I didn't want to, and it's whatever. I just wanted to add headphones because I like the sort of Y2K vibe going on there. I feel like looking at this piece, you can really see that I'm like a huge Bleach fan. Like, Bleach is still one of my biggest inspirations, like art style wise. Kubo's art style is still, oh, I love it so much. You can definitely see, if you've read the manga and you've seen Kubo's color pages and everything, the way that he draws his characters in like Y2K fashion, and like the fashion evolution goes on as the series goes on, and yeah, my little weeb heart would have been so proud of myself for making something that looked quote-unquote kind of like Bleach. And then of course I've got to do my cell shading with the lasso tool. I spam this now. I found like the perfect you can see it in the reference thumbnail thing in the corner there, but I found like the perfect recipe to make sort of anime screenshot looking type art where I do a multiply layer with like a desaturated brown at 70% over my work, and I spam the shit out of lasso tool cell shading, and then I add a 6% linear burn layer with like a warm yellowy orange, and then I merge all my layers together on a separate layer, and I add a Gaussian blur at like 10, and then I make the opacity 40%, and then I duplicate my line work layer on top of all of it, and it just looks so awesome. I'm obsessed with it. Before that, I would spam chromatic aberration. I still spam it. Let's be real, I'm pretty sure I used it on this piece too, in conjunction with everything else that I did. I just love the sort of blurry look that it gives. I love it. And then me bullshitting a background. Thank God for Clip Studio brushes. They are so helpful with coming up with like an aesthetic looking background with minimal effort, because graphic design is not my passion, okay? I am not somebody that can come up with cool looking backgrounds very easily, so I usually just use similar stuff when I have to. I love doing a drop shadow. That's like always one of my favorite things to use because it really makes the piece stick out. So finishing up on this one, I really had a lot of fun working on this one, and I really like how it came out. I'm so proud of it, honestly. That's so rare for me to look at a piece and be like, yeah, I love this, and I did a really good job, and also I think I'm gonna be proud of it in the future. In fact, I ended up making it my phone background. I got the new iOS and I can do the spatial scene thing, and so I did for this, and it's just like, I'm like, wow, this is so fucking cool. Like, I can see him moving around, and like adds depth to it, and I know I shouldn't be that impressed because I did, you know, he has a VTuber model. I can see him moving anytime that I want to see him moving, but I'm so happy with it. Also, I just want to take a second to share, I ordered a bunch of custom goods with Willikry, and I made this little spinny ring, look at him go, and I also made a standee. Oh my god, my son is standing! And then also, oh my god, okay, I hope this is okay to share. I'll take it out of the video if it's not, just let me know. But I got my first ever sumo fan art. Oh my god, okay, so this is by Mrao on Twitter. She sent me this, and I had actually been in the hospital like 2 hours before I saw it, and it ended up in my message requests, and so if I had not thought to check those just to like clear out the spam bots, I wouldn't have seen it. But I was just like, I was over the moon when I saw this. I can't believe it. Like, and like, she even designed him an original outfit, and it looks so good on him. It's so perfect. It's like exactly what I would have drawn him in. I'm just like, my son, dude, he has fans. Thank you so much. Okay, calming down, only to get excited again. This next piece is fan art, and it's fan art of my Kamiyoshi's first ever concert, and 3D debut. So I'm gonna try to be normal here, but like, I'm never normal about Min Suha. That's my Kamiyoshi. He's been my Kamiyoshi for the last 3.5 years. I'm gonna try to give you the basics if you don't know anything about VTubers at all. So Min Suha is a VTuber with a company called Nijisanji. He was initially part of their Korean branch, but the Korean branch no longer exists for reasons, and he was integrated into the Japanese branch, which is the main branch of the company, back in 2022. And also in 2022, he hit 100,000 subscribers. And in Nijisanji, when you hit 100,000 subscribers, you become eligible to receive a 3D model. That includes like mocap rigging, so you can walk around and move around, where, you know, the live 2D rigging, which is the 2D, it's the art, is what you might normally associate VTubers with. And so he hit 100,000 subscribers back in June of 2022. And Suhaku's have been waiting for him to get that 3D model for 3.5 years, and he finally got it on December 7th. And it was also part of a concert, which was part of a quote-unquote world tour, where, you know, it was a world tour and that everything happened in Japan except for one show in Shanghai and one show in Korea, which was this show, which makes sense because, you know, Suha is there. Safina, who's another ex-KR member, was also there getting her 3D debut, and it was like, this is like, for if you're a fan of the KR branch members, this was like the biggest deal ever in the entire like history of the branch for like a lot of us, and I just, oh my god. But yeah, Suhaku's waited so fucking long for this. To give you an idea, typically other VTubers within Nijisanji, once they hit 100,000 subscribers, will get their 3D model in like maybe a year and a half after at the most. So it was like an absurdly long time, and obviously there's circumstances there that like we as fans aren't privy to. You know, the fact that he lives in Korea while the company's in Japan is like a big factor, because having to travel to get everything rigged and like set up properly to puppet the model is gonna take a long time. And then there's like visas to worry about, and there's like all sorts of different stuff that we just don't know. We don't know the behind the scenes, but because we didn't know, that made the wait feel excruciatingly long. And, you know, I've been a fan of him since he was at like 58,000 subscribers. I think my first fan art for him was in celebration of 60,000. So yeah, I've been waiting forever for this. And so to have it happen while also being his first ever like live concert performance was fucking insane. When he first showed up, him and Safina both, because I also love Safina, I just don't watch her streams because I only have so much time in the fucking day to keep up with VTubers and also work a job. But when they first showed up, it was literally like they did a countdown to the show starting, then it showed them backlit, and then the stage lit up and they started singing their branch anthem, which is All For Now. The minute it lit up and showed them, I burst into fucking sobbing tears. Mind you, this happened at 3 a.m. and my boyfriend was sleeping, and he told me that like when I started crying like that, he like woke up in a panic because he thought something was like wrong, and then he like realized, he was like, oh yeah, it's the concert, and then went back to sleep. But like, this meant the world to me, and I'm sure so many other KR branch fans, and especially Suhaku's. It was a long time coming, and the show blew me out of the fucking water. I was so terrified that maybe I would have, I don't know, disappointments or like be let down by certain aspects, or like something wouldn't be up to my standards, because, you know, I'd been waiting for this for so long, and I really fear disappointment like more than anything else in this world. So to have my expectations exceeded, it's so surreal. I still can't believe this happened. I'm like, oh. Anyway, so I, you know, have been looping this concert over and over again, and especially Suha's solo performance, because he also had a duet performance with Safina where they sang Cendrillon, which is, you know, the Vocaloid song. But for his solo performance, he sang a song called Buddha by Haruno. And oh my god, why is he kind of, you know, hello? My jaw was on the floor watching this, because like, why did he have Riz? Like, is this really my League addict fucking otaku-ass fucking Dojiko Oshi? Like, this man is like sauceless on stream. But he was tearing it up, and like, the song choice was really surprising for him, but it worked really well. Like, normally he sings very, you know, refreshing, emotional, like, ballad kind of songs and stuff like that. But this one's kind of like, oh my god, Suha. One of my Korean oomps on Twitter said something along the lines of, like, if he had sang something like, you know, refreshing, like his normal self, I probably would have been sobbing. But the moment he started singing this, like, almost lewd song, my tears dried up and got sucked back into my eyes, and I was just standing there, mouth agape, and I was, like, laughing really hard, because Yeah, it's true. I'm like, really, honestly, I'm very glad I was able to actually watch this performance and I didn't have tears blocking the way because I was just so like floored. um, it was awesome. I'm just so, I can't believe it. And everyone else's performances were insane too. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh, he was the best one. Like, they were all just off the, like, it was an amazing show. Seriously, I'm so over the moon. So yeah, I went through, scrubbed through his performance and took screenshots of some of my favorite poses that he did so I could redraw them because I thought that would be really fun and it would also give me a reason to keep looping the fucking concert. It was crazy, man. I'm gonna be thinking about this forever. Like, I'm just so relieved that it blew me out of the water in the way that it did. I had so many thoughts about how this could have gone, what I might have expected, and all of them flew out the window when I saw this. I posted this, but you know, I had stressed for so long, and the minute that I saw him, I like burst into tears, and it just felt like every emotion I have ever felt as a fan in these last 3.5 years hit me all at once. And there's been a lot of emotions. Like, obviously, you know, you got normal fucking stan behavior emotions and shit, but like, there's a lot of sadness, a lot of like pent up resentment and anger, you know, with the fact that things didn't go as maybe well as they could have, like, in terms of I'm trying to keep my criticism mild, but I feel like, you know, the company definitely deprioritized the XKR livers as well as the XID livers. There was also an Indonesian branch that collapsed in the same way, and you know, Niji Sanji definitely deprioritized them, is what I'll say, the kind way. So there was a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and a lot of sadness that it felt like, you know, Suha had to work twice as hard to get like half the recognition sometimes. And I know it's not like really anyone's fault necessarily, because there is a lot behind the scenes that we don't know about, and I try to keep that in mind. And that's kind of what kept me sane this whole time, because yeah, it was such a long time. I saw so many fans come and go because they couldn't keep up with the disappointment sometimes, and it's nobody's fault, but it, you know, point being, very, very cathartic moment to see both him and Safina on stage and just fucking killing it. Safina especially, oh my god, so she's got like a very flowy, like fairy-like outfit, because she's a fairy, you know, her VTuber lore, she's a fairy, but she puppeted her model so insanely, like it moved so beautifully, like she really stands out when she's up there. They gotta keep letting her perform, please, like. And seeing the way Suha moved, I was really surprised. Like, I don't know what I was expecting him to move like, but he almost had like figure skater vibes. It was really, really surprising, but also it fits him so well. And I'm proud of him for not breaking any ankles or falling off the stage or whatever. Listening back to the VOD is also so fucking fun, because you could hear Suhakwa's in the crowd screaming, and like when the show starts, like you hear them all like murmuring in surprise because he brought out like a doppelganger of his own model to like dance with, and it was like so unexpected and it just worked so well, but everyone was like going crazy. And then I heard from my oomps, because I wasn't there in person, but my oomps were, because you know it's in Korea, I can't afford a flight to Korea, but they were talking about how everybody was just crying nonstop, like after the show stopped. And it was like they'd be talking excitedly and then just like silence for a couple minutes as they all like processed. It's so cathartic to experience this. And I know that like VTuber fans kind of get the short end of the stick. There was that one, you know, video of Da Capo fans at a concert freaking out because he like revealed his eyes underneath his bangs, but like if you're a fan of this kind of thing, you'll understand why stuff like that is so exciting for us. And you know, that concert especially, there was a lot of misinformation that got peddled about it. Basically, people started saying it was like $300, and it was like, no, it was like 300 baht, like Thai, you know, dollars, and it was like 5 USD. It was not an expensive event, and that was a really exciting moment for those fans. Like, I'm not his fan, but I can totally relate, and I can totally understand that. And I think just give people grace to nerd out about the things that they like without judging them. I don't know. It's not that hard. Just be nice. Like, you think I can't take a step back and look at this and see how ridiculous it is for me to, like, being, like, Kia! Oh my god, over a fucking 3D model of, like, a beanpole ass looking man? Like, I know it's silly. I don't care. It's fun. And, like, it really does mean something to me. Like, the emotions that come with this, of, like, having gotten to experience this was awesome. And I'm really glad I did, and I don't think anyone can ever take that away from me. But yeah, I was just like really speed running these. I think they took about an hour and 10 minutes each, because I just wanted to get the general gesture down and add the details and have fun with like the lighting and stuff like that. This was so cool. The lighting on stage was naturally really cool. I was blown away. I'm sorry, I keep nerding out. I'm just so excited. I ended up having to cut off the 1 foot on that just to like save the balance of the composition, so I don't know why I did all that work drawing that for nothing, but hey, it's whatever. Free experience, right? Yeah. Thanks for listening to me yap about this. I'm sorry, I just had to get it out somewhere. I've already talked to like so many people about this. I can't stop posting about this. This is my Roman Empire, as the kids say. This means the world to me. I'm so excited. Please, if you're interested at all, go watch the concert. I'll link it in the description. It's in Japanese, but you can experience the music without understanding if you don't understand it. Please just give it a shot. I don't know if you're interested. And yeah, thank you again for 500 subscribers, and thank you for returning or for watching for the first time. Sorry, it's hard to not feel like a broken record saying thank you so many times, but I really do mean it. I'm so grateful to anybody that watches my videos. And if you were working on something while watching this, I hope it went well for you. I hope you had fun on whatever you were working with. If you didn't have fun, I'm sorry, but I hope my yapping at least didn't bother you too much. And yeah, thanks for coming, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!